I wanted to show you this special 1-minute chart setup. This is the price action from Friday morning from the New York Open till 11 o'clock. I've got washout signals on here, and I've got 3 different types of divergence signals. So we got a washout signal right before the market opened to the upside. We got some divergence up here before a nice move down. We got some divergence here before a nice move down. And we had divergence building up here, rejecting off a VWAP, got a nice bounce up. The candles are being painted by a very special combination on the flow stack, which I'll show you in a minute. But I just ran through playback mode. I've got these indicators on price change, but I'm about to refresh the chart, and you'll see how different the indicators look when they're calculating on bar close. So I can set all these indicators to calculate on bar close, and the signals will appear exactly as they do historically. When I've got the signals printing on price change, the signals are going to be different than if I have them calculating on bar close. And this goes for the flow stack candle colors as well. So I'm about to reload the NINZA script here. So the charts are looking very different now. We do not get the washout signal right before the market opens. We get this new washout signal here. After the close of this candle, we get a 20-point drop off. We get a new washout signal here as well. After the close of this candle, another 20-point drop off. All of these divergence signals are gone from up in this area, and all the divergence signals that were down here as we approach VWAP. We still got some divergence right at the tippy top here on this move before the nice move down. And then the candle color, it does not go back and forth between green and red as much. Got red on this down move, green on this up move, red on this down move, green on this up move. So let's take a look at the settings here. I've got 3 different instances of the trend and reversal. It's just painting divergence signals, nothing else. But I've got 3 different input series. I've got all of the same settings for the divergence. A look back of 1, overbought 90, oversold 10. I've got them all printing triangles of different colors. You can see right now it's calculating on price change. If I change this to on bar close, the signals are going to look just like they do historically. If I have it calculate on price change, you saw how different the signals are when they're appearing in real time, intrabar. This is just going to come down to a personal preference. So I've got the Chaikin oscillator as the input series for this instance of the trend and reversal. So I'm getting some Chaikin oscillator divergence. The second instance has the DMI as an input. So this is showing me when there is DMI divergence. And the last instance is the delta percentage indicator. This is showing me when there is delta percentage divergence. I've also got the MMT polarity on the chart. I'm only using the washout signals. These are my stronger washout signal settings, 20, 20, 2, and 2. I'm not using the imbalance signals, just the washout signals. This is also calculating on price change, but if I change this to on bar close, once again, the signals will look just like they do historically. You could even have 2 instances of the polarity on the chart. One that ran on price change. Maybe you could choose a different washout color for the arrows. And a second instance of the polarity that calculated on bar close. So you could get all different kinds of washout signals on your chart. For the flow stack, I've also got this calculating on price change. I could change this to on bar close. And then I also have the option to calculate just the signals and or the trend on bar close independently by activating either one of these toggles. Trend on bar close, calculate signals on bar close. So if I want to see these candle colors printing just like they do historically on the chart, I would activate the trend on bar close. So that way if I was monitoring the delta numbers coming through in real time on price change, I could still do that while only seeing the candle color change on bar close. Again, this will just come down to personal preference. I generally like to see things happening on price change intrabar when I'm looking for my scalps. So on this instance of the flow stack, I'm not using any of the delta numbers at all. I'm only using the signal conditions, and I'm only using it to paint the candle color, nothing else. And I've got a special combination of signal conditions. I'm using the delta number threshold and the body size increase, nothing else. I've got my delta number threshold for the main chart set to 0. So what this means, for the candles to print green or red, I'm using the delta number threshold So anytime the delta is above 0, that's a positive condition. Anytime the delta is below 0, that's a negative condition. But it must be coupled with a body size increase. So on the chart, you can see these candles are staying green. It's because the delta is above 0. But not only that, because you can see on this candle, we've got negative delta, but it's not bearish yet. That's because this candle's body size is smaller than the previous candle. So if I want to get a red candle, I need a body size increase and the delta has to be negative below 0, which on this candle, we've got negative delta and this candle's body is bigger than the previous candle, so we get the red candle. On this candle right here, same thing, we got the negative delta and this body size is slightly bigger than the previous body, so we get the red candle. On this candle, we got the positive delta. The body size is definitely bigger than the previous candle, so we get the green candles. So a lot of different potential ways to use the flow stack and different signal combinations. I don't even have any of the additional instruments enabled. I'm just measuring that on the NQ alone. There's also lots of different possibilities with signal combinations. I'm only using the divergence feature on the trend and reversal, but I could also be printing some reversal signals, trend signals, all different kinds of signals. So I've been doing some more practice trading with this setup. I reloaded the NINZA script right around here, and then since then this has been printing on price change. You can see I got 4 different divergent signals up here, and on this candle, point of control drawn up way up into the top wick, wicking right off of this huge cluster of key levels. Here the flow stack candles go bearish. We get a nice pullback right down to this previous day VWAP close, this blue dash line, getting rejection off of that line. But even just following the flow stack color change candles with the delta and the body size, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4 really nice moves. Let's just see if any of these signals would have printed on bar close. Just gonna reload NINZA script. So we only got 2 of those signals appearing on bar close. The other 2 on the candle before that printed on price change are no longer there. So these are some of the differences between using the indicators on bar close versus price change. And this is a way that you can test things out for yourself with your own strategies, your own indicator settings and ideas. If you're practicing in playback mode, you've got everything going on price change, and then when you're done with your trading, you can just reload the NINZA script. You can see what the indicators would have looked like on bar close. You can do your own testing this way and make your own best personal trading decisions. There are links to all of the MMT indicators in the description. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below. I appreciate you taking the time to tune in. I wish you best of luck in your trading. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.